My free Numatic Basil NB200 from 1997 is refurbished, done, and we got some wax to buff off, but once that is finished, it is ready to show you what it looks like and works like now. Let's have a look. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner and pneumatic chums. How are you today? Let's do this in two halves so we can get a little bit closer to Mr. Basil when we get there. Yes, the vacuum cleaner that my stepsister very kindly found for me somewhere, and via the medium of family travelling around, it made its way to me. So thank you very much, Steph. Please find more. Yeah, green one would be brilliant. I like the green ones. And yeah, he's very nice. The heavy original aluminum bent end came up fine, and obviously I'm using the three grey ones that I happened to get given by a valeter to get rid of some spare tools that he didn't want. This came up very nicely indeed, and it does work now. A little bit stiff. I can't quite do it with my feet, but hey, there's some very nice deep brushes there. And yeah, you can see the brush carriers more now. They're proper, moulded with skiddy skate plates on their things. It's really quite nice, but a lot of people, and several of them whose opinion on all matters pneumatic I do take on board, and I do value their knowledge and opinion, say that it's not an original floor tool, even though there are those pictures of a David with this floor tool. All of these machines, they're lost in time. Basil ran for ages, not long after I got him. Again, on the collectors forums, which are free to join on Facebook. They're private groups, but only because otherwise you'd just be posting a load of vacuum cleaner stuff to your own wall. But hey, you can join. We are open. We are lovely, most of us. And yeah, a couple of other people got Basils, all from different eras. And yeah, they all muddled the tools around. So I'm going to say that this is probably not genuine, but here's a very good floor tool made in France. So it is not an El Cheapo one. I don't know. I'm on the fence. But for reasons I will explain in a minute, it's not actually the end of the world. Hose, very nice. It's just a hose. It went through the washing machine very nicely. I just need to be incredibly careful of that cuff, because nice, decent 90s cuffs are pretty rare to find in themselves. Let's have a look at the machine itself. Here he is with the cable wrapped around the bin, because he is missing his rear cord hook. I thought they had them, and we couldn't see it during the before video. Yeah, when I took it apart, the remains fell off. So yeah, I am in need of a rear cord hook. Maybe it's not important, is it? But it would be nice. I've also lost the yellow sticker from the cable because it'll just get tatty. It's actually tucked in between the mid frame, so it's flat and stays out the way of the motor, because again it's original to it. But yeah, when I had the cable off, I just took it off because they are a pain. It has been waxed and then left because, well, I had the children this weekend, and I don't often do vacuumy stuff at the weekends that I have those. So the stuff gets waxed and then left, and yeah, I think it does help a bit. I think with plastics, it just puts a different sheen on the wax. The oils get a chance to really vanish. Plus, it gets covered in dust, and then when you buff it off, you buff all the dust off, and it just looks better than it would have done if you're looking at it, just after you've polished it. This only got a hand polish. People often ask me how I got X or Y to look like Z, and I haven't machine polished this. I have made the plastic milky so many times on pneumatic, and I've seen and I've done it as well, sadly. Remember that 1997 Henry we had where I nicked one of the letters out with the polisher, you can see it starting to, there's a few white marks around the edges. That's how it starts. So no, this has got, it got a glaze actually, and then a wax. And here it is, it looks okay. The camera can't focus on it. That'll do. May as well take this off to reveal that underneath is completely spotless. It's seen some hefty use, this, blimey. The carbon dust ran thick off of the insides of the plastic when I washed it. It's got some serious mass to it. Carbon brushes are fine though. Motor is mint. I didn't touch the motor. I didn't even wash the fan. So as you hear it is how it is. I just blew it out with the Apex. Filter got washed. Came up very, very nicely indeed. There's a couple of little marks on it here and there, and some of those I think are just where the thing folded over itself in the washing machine, but no, in my eyes that is absolutely fine. There is a bag fitted, of course, and yeah, this was black as well, absolutely black and filthy, and now it is mint. The rear wheels with their fair lack of use, the front wheels with their fair lack of use. This thing's had a lot of run time, but hasn't been dragged around a concrete floor its whole life or thrown in and out of a van, which is fantastic. Right, let us do some cleaning, really. Now, ever so handily, this is the first video that I'm filming after having the children for the weekend, and I've just been really, really busy at work today, trying to get ahead of myself for some of my colleagues who are selfishly having a holiday. So yeah, this is literally a bomb site. So Henry can actually, oh no, Phoenix. Not Henry, is he? Basil. I'm not used to having a Basil. Right, let me shut up, and we'll get to work. His motor smoothed itself out just from use. It's really, really quite good. Yeah, oodles of airflow, because obviously every single rubber seal is now nice and clean and shiny. And yeah, this floor tool, despite, you know, maybe not being genuine, it does stick itself down to the carpet a treat. It likes to skip on this rug, you can see it here, but lots of them do. Its main problem, my main gripe, and I shall tilt you up a little bit here, is that in order for me to have it flat to the floor, I have to hold it really quite low, and it's just not comfortable. I'm literally like this, and that means that I'm stooped a bit, otherwise I'm holding it up off the floor, and then it really does dig in. So it's not the nicest floor tool anyway. Looks lovely, you know, it's very nice to have, but it's not perfect at all. So what apparently this generation of Basil should have, or more likely did come with at some point, because that is another thing with these pneumatics and their toolkits and all, you know, somebody could have seen a special, somebody could have been a kid and seen one that already had its floor tool replaced. You've gotta take these things with a pinch of salt, but equally, yeah, I've seen them be sold with these as well. The free flow floor tool. This is one that you've seen many times before on my channel, my cheapy one that I keep kicking around. And yeah, again, we can use this as well. And this one's even nicer because it glides. As long as it's not too fast, it doesn't skip, it just comes back. And it's also really good on all of the surfaces that one could possibly have. Here is what I call my vacuum cleaner sort of destroyer, and the V11 is always bad at it. The Shark's even worse at the time of filming this. I'm using the Shark for vacuum of the month, and yeah, obviously the thick rug goes to laminate / the lino, which protects. If you've got one of these IKEA chair mats, blimey, do not stick it straight onto a delicate floor, because there, I cut my leg on that, fitting that down. Goes to that hard floor to this, and lots of transitions. This floor tool should be quite good at getting across all of them. Let's give it a go, because yeah, as you can see, I need to clean the rug anyway. We've clogged it! Huh? How is that possible? Oh, Basil, man, what you do? What you're doing? That is, it's not there. I mean, where the heck have you clogged? Oh, the hose. Oh, wow. What have we picked up? Did we do like a massive chunk of wood first? Oh yes, we did. It's still there as well. There is a, oh, you won't see that now because I'm well by my lights. Yeah, crikey, we just picked up the wrong chunk of wood and clogged it. Okay, oh, stupid cheap pet shop sawdust. Let me get this out, which will carry on. It started to do okay. God, they'll be writing in and complaining soon about YouTubers using props to demonstrate visually things that happen. God, right, let's try again. Should be better this time. Almost. The fact it glued itself to the floor, flicked it up and tossed a load of sawdust everywhere. It's really, really nice. It just glides over everywhere. I can see why people rate them so highly. I mean, these are only the cheap eBay ones. I wouldn't stake your reputation on them lasting terribly long, but you know, it's alright for the sort of thing that we do. And yeah, there's one more head that we could try as well. We could put the Arrowhead, which they were never sold with, onto it as well. And yeah, what was it again? It's a 850 watt DAF motor. And it works pretty well without either, so I'm not that fussed which floor tool I use. This one is incredibly nice for hard floor. That has a very big gap in between. It does feel quite nice. Sucks dirt in from quite far away as well. No matter what floor tool you use with it, to be fair, these basils came with many different types on many different occasions. Does the job, really. I'm just happy to have a basil about. He's really quite lovely. And again, he's really quite lovely. That is why in the beginning of the video you saw the cord wrapped around the base. And again, express caution, but the face doesn't usually rub off. No, what you do not want to do is to do what kills George and Charles with their beautiful writing. I'm running out of cable. Is that they're stored like that their whole lives, and obviously as the cable is ripped off the lettering, it fades. So yeah, I am going, and again also don't, as much as you can do it on an old used one, this is very clean, so I'm not going to be wrapping the cable up and storing it like that as I do with my NB200, because it is definitely not mint. This is. So yeah, the storage is going to be the tried and tested. Keep it above the nose and you'll be okay. Store it like this and then at least you won't damage anything. This is going to be a problem later, because yeah, it would be a shame to ruin that. And yeah, that explains and justifies, I think, why he looks like they often do on Facebook for a fiver, really. I mean, can't complain, can you? Because it was less than a fiver, he was free. So, there we go, really. I haven't tested out the power socket, so I have no doubt at all that it works fine. My power nozzle is broken. I was using it with RGB Henry, which did worry me slightly as to maybe that's what killed it. But it's still outputting 240 volts and spins up other 240 volt things fine. So it's not that. The actual VAX power head has died. Ha, well done, VAX. Although again, we're pumping 240 raw volts for it rather than 240 via a couple of PCV things. So we need to make a power head Mark II at some point. So I won't christen the power head. I'm sure it works fine because they're really simple. So that could be for another day, and who knows, we might pit this against the other very identically looking but completely different, thanks to that sticker and the sticker on the back denoting the two machines together. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Have you got a basil? And if you have got a basil, what era? Because that's quite important when I think we're talking about basil. Comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I and Basil will see you soon. Bye bye.